Before the reboot vans came into Fortnite, there was a beta test. The test yielded an unusual result, a horror if you will. But still, Epic Games chose to release the reboot vans worldwide. They knew, and they still pushed for the reboot vans to be available in the next public update. This is the story of the beta test that led to the reboot vans, and the horrors they would later cause. Epic Games has a ton of beta testers. They can test something to normal scale with 100 beta testers, or to simple scale with just 10. However many they would like. When Apex Legends came out and they had a respawn mechanic in their Battle Royale, Epic Games thought that they could come up with something similar, so the Spawn satellite was born. After a few weeks of beta testing, it proved to be a waste of resources and time. It was back to the drawing board, and thus the reboot van was born. It seemed a lot more practical than a satellite, but before they could use it out in the public, they would have to do what they usually do, and beta test it. They would set up a sample beta test using Lucky Landing as the location and using a sample size of 10 beta testers. The whole area around Lucky was playable, so enough for 10 people in one reboot van. The point of the test was to test how well the respawns would work and how well they would affect the game as well as the endgame. They found the best 10 beta testers they could find, or in other words, the 10 working the shift that best suited the test. The testers were briefed on their job for the day. It would be duos, so 5 teams of 2. They all loaded into their test setups. Each team had a small room to add to the fact that no one would have these giant LAN parties in Fortnite. The point of beta tests was they needed to be as accurate to real life as possible. Everyone loaded into the test map. The map only had Lucky Landing as the named locations. The playable area was expanded to right before Fatal to the north, the bridge before the factories in the winter biome, and the gas station in the desert biome. That way the 5 teams had a decent playable area to make it seem like a real test of the real thing if they released it to the public. The first test yielded nothing. The second test, nothing. Just people mad that they came in second on a beta test. But the third and final test, that was scary. They jumped as normal, played as normal, but everyone had lost a teammate. That's right. It was a pure 1v1 throughout the board. Everyone had their teammates' reboot cards. In a real game, when 5 people rush a reboot van, they're all going to fight and pick each other off. But these people, they were all friends, they all knew each other. Heck, they were all just in different rooms. The 5 ran to the reboot van. The first person rebooted, then the next, and the next. Understand, in this beta test, there wasn't a wait time on reboots in between. Everyone was rebooted. The teammates who did the rebooting were trying to talk to their teammates. After all, they were sitting right next to them. They noted that they were pale and cold. They seemed unconscious, almost zombie-like. That's when it happened. The ones that were rebooted began to attack their teammates. By the time security got there, all the beta testers were dead. They were mauled to death. They couldn't even identify them by their license. They had to go off of dental records. The next week, the reboot vans came into the game. The only difference they made from the beta test to the real one was they added a time in between reboots. What kind of horrors has Fortnite unleashed? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you aren't subscribed yet, be sure to do so and join the Scary Squad. I have 2 videos down below for you to keep the spooks on coming. Click the link in the description or this card right here to check out official FlipLaScript merchandise.